India's Center for Entrepreneurial Development. Beyond these roles, Dr. Ddharaniikota Ssuyodhan garu has engaged with academic institutions as a guest lecturer, visiting faculty, industry experts, and external examiner.
All the people here are family and friends, very close to our heart. So we could not say no to anybody. We had to accommodate. So please forgive us for the slight delay in starting the occasion. Now, before we move forward, we have the prayer song, and that will be done by Miss Ishani Adya. She's my niece.
So now we have the welcome speech by Hebah garu. Ma'am, please.
So good evening, everybody. Some ideas done, and I was not the one, it was him. So probably he would not agree when I say that I am the biggest fan. Tonight is a very special milestone in the life of my husband. Now you all know him as a very good at his work, corporate lawyer, very meticulous, very on dot, punctual, very good at his work. Yes, I am not saying that is not true. He's very good corporate lawyer, but now then we know he has another side too. More time. And to everyone out here. Now this goes out to everyone out here. My family, my friends, colleagues. You all are like family for us. And there are some who have missed out because of some personal commitments, health issues, and we miss all other people who were not able to join us. Please, thank you, a heartfelt thank you and gratitude for joining us on this very special occasion of my husband. Now, without wasting any more time, before I get off, see, I'm a happy wife and I like people praising my husband. You know, that gives me so much joy. So I would want you all to please applaud Ddharani for his hard work and his new milestone. And I believe this is only the beginning. Whether you like it or not, you have to put up with us in future also. That is what I want. Congratulations, Dr. Ddharaniikota Ssuyodhan.
Anyway, I never used to attend functions also because normally I have to say not to as judge. We are having our own reservations for it. So I am habituated to compare myself to the chambers and the other work. Anyway, he is my brother's son. I will tell her regarding his childhood. He is outstanding in his perception. As wife, she may praise now. We have seen him as a boy. His perception, understanding, his questions to things happen is really wonderful. That balance has to be done between. But as it is the subject, what actually is a sensitive issue as he has touched, I don't know what he has written in the book. I reserve my comments on after going through the book. Believing that he has a strong perception and understanding about the difficulties faced by the women, I think we will get some answers out of it. And all the best for the new books also night. Thank you.
Some of the things that stand out for me as far as Ssuyodhan goes are his absolutely brilliant leadership qualities. He's a quiet, understated leader. He's somebody who is firm, but he's the kind of person who takes the organization, the people along with him. He takes everybody along with him, the seniors, the juniors. In any organization where there are people, you have egos, you have different personalities, all these come into play. These will clash. And the way Ssuyodhan resolves these things, probably his experience as a lawyer, the way he resolves these things, the way he takes people along is amazing. The other thing that I like about Ssuyodhan is his clarity of thought. Whenever you speak to him, there is no hesitation, there is no fumble. He is very clear in what he's thinking. He has thought through something, he has analyzed it, he has come to his conclusions, and after that there is zero wavering, there is zero differing this way, that way.
I am just very privileged and very honored to be sitting here. Ddharani sir, thank you for inviting me.
I unfortunately have no friendship with him. This is the first time I've met him, and so I can only speak from a writer's point of view. I'm an avid reader, and when I was offered the opportunity to launch a book, I grabbed it with both hands, because from being an avid reader to launching a book, it was almost a dream come true for me. And Dharani sir, for a person like me who has very limited attention span, has written an absolute page turner, as sir rightfully said. It's an engaging genre. Crime and suspense are right up my alley. And sir, with his writing skills, with the interest that he's kept me peeking throughout the book, has done a bang-on job with the book. I will not reveal too much about the book, but I have read the book. And the thought that he put in behind writing that book is also very incredible. And kudos to him. All the very best to him. And thank you for having me here today. All the very best.
Thank you, Hebah ma'am, for that.
Tell about Hebah, because that is one person I know, and she's one of the sweetest girl and most diplomatic gynecologist whom you can meet. So I think families, like you said, we talk about crime in the thing. When we come from gynecology, we tell that we need to have the front room conversations about menstrual pads, about no plastics and all that. But now, whether we agree or not, you on the TV, things you see is that female killed him, or she killed her, or a mother killed the child, and the child killed the mother. I think this has become a front room conversations for all of us. The crime has become an inherent part of it. So is it something wrong going on with the upbringing, or is it something going wrong with the whole generation? I really don't know. So I think it takes a long time to go. And going again, this generation has changed over from book reading. People used to say that you can read a book and you learn the world. You don't have to travel around the world to know about it. Only reading the book used to make us what it was. So the way we used to get engrossed in the book, people used to joke about me. About me, definitely they used to say, we all love roadside snacks, right? So we used to have a lot of michi bhajis on the road, which we used to buy and then take it. So there used to be a paper on which they used to wrap, and that paper also we never used to read. We used to read what is written in that book, because there is nothing else which is read. No.
Mostly romance, comedy, or a kind of or crime thrillers kind of books. But having a book which has got a social perspective, which has got, empathy is the main, theme, and then with a empathetic view, how investigation or the justice should be, done, with the kind of theme that the book has. I really appreciate for, and finally impressing the judicial system to get to get the justice is really an appreciable thing. So that being the theme, so that has got a lot of value, and I'm sure all the readers will definitely will get benefited with this kind of book, with this kind of writings. So I appreciate the efforts of Dharani, and also I hope many more books of this kind would come from him. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Till I come here, me and Ssuyodhan are strangers. As a true book lover, I am drawn here by my friend Giriya Shankar. Reading helps a lot, as earlier speakers have mentioned about it. One can transcend the barriers of time and space by reading books. I have not read this book. Oscar Wilde says, the best way of resisting temptation is to yield to it. I will yield to the temptation of reading to it, and I will read it at the earliest. And I expect many more such books where demystifying law and explaining law to the layman from the author Dharani. Thank you.
So yeah, Jai Hind. In one voice, Jai Hind. My gift to Ssuyodhan, my brother from 30 years, and we evolve and we grow with each other every day, was to invite Colonel Rajeev Bharwan to be a part of this most important first milestone in Ssuyodhan and all our lives. And Colonel Rajeev Bharwan called me yesterday, and she is in a lot of pain. And I asked her if she wanted to skip the event and I could stay over, and already we had crushed Ssuyodhan's gift. May as well crush it even more by saying that Radhe and I also can't be a part of it. And it turns out that the little soldier said, "Are you kidding me? I will not miss Chacha's event for anything." I'll take a little more time. Where is my Dhanush? Dhanush, I love you. And I am going to be the second person who is going to read out, because I didn't have time to prepare my speech well enough. And so I'm going to first read out what Radhe wrote for Chacha.
You know, grand universe above is there above, and he's an excellent professor. You know, he taught what all I know about how to interpret each word in the law. You know, I truly respected him a lot. And this book being about criminology a little bit, about what goes through and what necessitates an individual to become a criminal as well, is slightly covered. But what he told me was, you know, as soon as there's so many women, all of them, you know, one way or the other related to me as friends or family, from the moment a girl steps out of their house, today morning Pratyusha must have stepped out at 10 o'clock from their house and entered into a cab to reach my house, right? There must have been thousands of eyes looking at you from top to bottom. Even when you came here, same thing which Hebah must have faced, same thing so many women in the audience must have faced, looking at them as if it's an entire, you know, bowl of ghee shakar. That is what needs to stop. We need to stop the men from ogling at women, because that's where the thought process starts. So this entire thing, all this while this is happening, there was an incident which happened which was famously called as the Disha case. So you all remember that, right? It happened very close to where I live. And again the same thing as to why we can't do anything. And we had our great Commissioner Sajjana Garu, who did a fantastic job. I know there are a lot of people who might not agree with him, might agree with him, might feel this is right, might feel this is wrong, but I totally agree with him. What he did was fantastic. However, you'll be surprised to note that in almost 90% of the incidents of crime against women, the punisher goes unpunished. I mean, the criminal goes unpunished. That's where the frustration started from. I started discussing things with my wife sometimes, with my son sometimes, and I started telling them, this is what happened and there's nothing we can do. I couldn't eat on those days, you know. Very difficult to swallow a morsel when something like this is happening. What do we do about it? I probably discussed it with some of you as well, saying, you know, why the hell is this happening? And then I started putting some ideas together, just in my mind till then. It's an 8-year journey. And 2 years ago, when I was just sitting beside my son when he was studying with my own laptop, he said, "Dad, why don't you just start writing?" And that's when I started putting, you know, pen to paper, some ideas to, you know, on the book. And then the idea was, what if somebody takes law into their own hands? What happens if there is no law? What happens if the same advantage of law can be taken by people who want to punish or who want to be, you know, away from the system totally? And a little bit about that, and there, you know, took the idea, you know, the idea of Disha, the ultimate direction. I don't know if it is the right direction, but I honestly believe that it will be a good read. You know, I had it reviewed by so many people because I was very afraid, thinking what I would be. My school teachers and my English teachers always told me the same thing, that whatever happens, your grammar should always be perfect. You know, your pronunciation should always be perfect. And my principal as well, Mrs. Karan, Mrs. Lamri, my headmistress, they were always very, very particular about, when I say very, I don't say very. Because that's what she taught me when I was in my first grade, and we tend to follow that as well. So, with all that in mind, I was very worried that my book shouldn't have a single grammar error. I had the principal of St. Stephen's College, Dr. John Verghese, review the book, and he was also kind enough to write the foreword for the book. So please, a huge round of applause for him. He's an extremely busy man. Part of this trust, and we try to do whatever we can in South India with respect to you know, burns victims or prisoners or you know, scholarships and all that. So I really say that, you know, you buy this book, you're doing two things. not just helping me because as a budding author, but also helping serve the society. 25% goes to charity. Thank you so much everybody for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
డాక్టర్ హిమదీప్తి, నేను డాక్టర్ ధరణికోట సుయోధన్ గారి వైఫ్ని. టుడే ఆన్ దిస్ లాంచ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ బుక్ దిశ ద అల్టిమేట్ డైరెక్షన్, మేము వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎ బుక్ లాంచ్ సెరమనీ. చాలా బాగా జరిగింది అండ్ వెరీ క్లోజ్ ఫ్యామిలీ, ఫ్రెండ్స్, చీఫ్ గెస్ట్, చాలా ప్రముఖులు వచ్చి బ్లెస్ చేసి వాళ్ళ వ్యూస్ని ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేశారు. దిస్ ఈజ్ అ బుక్ అబౌట్ వైలెన్స్ అగెయిన్స్ట్ ఉమెన్. సో మనం రోజు సమాజంలో చూసేదే, సో దాన్ని ఎట్లా హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలి, ఆ టాపిక్ని హ్యాండిల్ చేసి రాసిన బుక్. అ వెరీ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ క్రైమ్ థ్రిల్లర్ అండ్ ఐ హోప్ దిస్ బుక్ సెండ్స్ ఎ మెసేజ్ టు ద క్రౌడ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. వెన్ వీ హ్యాడ్ దిస్ డిస్కషన్, ఇలా బుక్ రాయాలనుకుంటున్నాను అని ఆయన చెప్పినప్పుడు మేము we were very excited because we had no doubts about it. I know whatever my husband takes up, he will do it and he can do it. So not just book writing kadu, anytime he says let's do this, I know that thing is going to happen. So we were all excited, my son, me, mem entante okay, something new is going to come, but what is going to come out we really didn't know. And I think we are all very very happy and proud for him. అవునండి. సో ఈ బుక్ ఎస్పెషల్లీ వైలెన్స్ అగెయిన్స్ట్ ఉమెన్ని టార్గెట్ చేసి రాసిన బుక్. మనకు ఒక మేజర్ దిశ ఇన్సిడెంట్ అనేది జరిగింది, మనందరం కదిలాం ఆ ఇన్సిడెంట్ అయినప్పుడు. సో ఐ థింక్ ఆ ఇన్సిడెంట్ని కమెమరేట్ చేస్తూ ఆ పేరు వాడాం. అండ్ ఐ థింక్ హీఈస్ వెరీ ప్యాషనెట్ ఇన్ ట్రైనింగ్ పీపుల్ అగెయిన్స్ట్ వైలెన్స్ అగెయిన్స్ట్ ఉమెన్. అంటే ఈవెన్ ఈ బుక్ కాకపోయినా కూడా నార్మల్లీ కూడా హీ రెగ్యులర్లీ డస్ యాక్టివిటీస్ and all his activities are about awareness for violence against women. So that is the main theme of this book. So I think it has a lot of public message.
Disha, the ultimate direction. I've already finished reading the book, so I will obviously have a biased opinion. It is a page turner. It is an extremely well written book and with a very noble thought in mind. I wish Ddharani garu all the very best. May you write countless other books with the same intent and also with the intent of making money.
Maybe you play a leading role.
Inshallah, that will.
ఈరోజు దిశ అని ఒక అద్భుతమైన పుస్తకాన్ని ఆవిష్కరించడం జరిగింది. గత కొన్నేళ్లగా అది నిర్భయ అవ్వచ్చు, దిశ అవ్వచ్చు, ఎన్నో ఇంకా తెలియని రిపోర్ట్ కానీ ఎన్నో సంఘటనల్లో మహిళలకి, యువతులకి వ్యతిరేకంగా జరిగే నేరాలని ఒక అవగాహన దృక్పథం కల్పించేలాగా సుయోధన్ గారు ఈ పుస్తకం రాయడం జరిగింది. అది ఒక నవలా ధోరణిలోనే ఉంటూనే మనకి అవగాహన కల్పిస్తుంది. ఇలాంటి పుస్తకాల వల్ల అలాంటి నేరాల సంఖ్య తగ్గుతుందని మనస్ఫూర్తిగా విశ్వసిస్తుంది. అంటే లాంచ్ అయిన రోజే చదవలేం కదా బుక్ గురించి, ఇక్కడ అవి చదివాను.
ఇంగ్లీష్ బుక్ అయినా కూడా తెలుగు వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా చదవచ్చు. బుక్ పేరు దిశ, ది అల్టిమేట్ డైరెక్షన్. ఈ బుక్ రాయడానికి ఐడియా వచ్చింది ఆ దిశ ఇన్సిడెంట్ జరిగినప్పుడు 8 ఏళ్ల క్రితం. కానీ అది ఐడియా మాత్రంగానే ఉండిపోయింది. కొన్ని రోజులు అలా ఇంకొక ఇన్సిడెంట్ చూశాను, ఇంకో ఇన్సిడెంట్ చూశాను. ఇలాంటి ఇన్సిడెంట్స్ వైలెన్స్ అగేన్స్ట్ ఉమెన్ జరుగుతూనే ఉన్నాయి తప్ప ఏం జరగట్లేదు. నేను లాయర్గా ఏం చేయగలుగుతాను, నేను ఒక సమాజంలో ఉన్న ఒక వ్యక్తిగా ఏం చేయగలుగుతాను అనుకుంటున్న రోజుల్లో మా అబ్బాయితో మాట్లాడుతుండగా వాడికి ఒక ఐడియా వచ్చింది. డాడీ, ఇన్ని ఐడియాలు చెప్తున్నావు కదా, నువ్వు బుక్ ఎందుకు రాయలేవు, వై డోంట్ యూ పుట్ యువర్ ఐడియాస్ టు పెన్ టు పేపర్, రాస్తే బాగుంటుంది కదా అన్నప్పుడు రాయడం మొదలుపెట్టాను. 2 ఏళ్లుగా రాశాను. ఒక్కొక్క చాప్టర్ భిన్నంగా ఉంటుంది, అన్నీ కలిపి ఎండింగ్లో ఒక కంక్లూజన్ ఉంటుంది. కంక్లూజన్ అయ్యాక కూడా వే ఫార్వర్డ్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఈ మధ్యకాలంలో బుక్స్ రాయడం చాలా తక్కువైంది. రాసిన వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చిన ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ నాకు చాలా ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ ఇచ్చింది. ఒక బుక్ లాంచ్ చేయాలి, జనాలకు తెలియాలి, తెలియకపోతే ఫస్ట్ టైం బుక్ రాసినప్పుడు చదవరు. నేను లీగల్ బుక్స్ రాసినా కూడా క్రిమినల్ థ్రిల్లర్ రాయడం, ఒక ఫిక్షన్ బుక్ రాయడం ఇదే మొదటిసారి కారణంగా రాస్తున్నాను. ఇందులో నుంచి ఈ బుక్ రాయడం ఒకటే కాకుండా ఈ బుక్ అమ్ముడుపోయిన తర్వాత అందులో వచ్చే ప్రాఫిట్స్లోంచి 25% అంటే 25% చారిటీకి వెళ్ళాల్సిందిగా కూడా మేము డిసైడ్ చేశాము. డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ గ్రాండ్ చారిటీ ఫండ్ ట్రస్ట్కి వెళ్తాయి. అందులోంచి వచ్చిన ఫండ్స్ మొత్తం 25%. అండ్ ఈ బుక్ని అందరూ చదువుతారని అనుకుంటున్నాను. చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్గానే ఉంటుంది. కొత్తగా రాసాము, కొత్తదానాన్ని ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసే మన తెలుగు ప్రజలందరూ, మన తెలుగు రాష్ట్రాల్లోనే కాదు ఇండియా ప్రపంచంలో ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుంది. అమెజాన్లో, ఫ్లిప్కార్ట్లో, అండ్ నోషన్ పబ్లిషింగ్ హౌస్ మా పబ్లిషర్స్ వాళ్ళ త్రూ అందరి చోట అవైలబుల్ ఉంటాయి. అండ్ ఈ అవకాశంకి మీ మీడియా వాళ్ళందరూ వచ్చినందుకు ఈ అకేషన్కి చాలా చాలా థ్యాంక్స్. ఆ ఐడియా కూడా ఉందండి. మాకు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని తెలుగులో, తమిళ్లో, వేరే లాంగ్వేజెస్లో ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేద్దామన్నారు. ఒకసారి ఫస్ట్ ఎడిషన్ కొంచెం ఒక స్టేజ్కి వచ్చిన తర్వాత డెఫినెట్గా ఆ ఐడియా కూడా ఉంది. అండ్ కొంతమంది డైరెక్టర్స్ తోటి, కొంతమంది మీడియా వాళ్ళతోటి కూడా మాట్లాడాము. వాళ్ళు కూడా ఈ బుక్ని ఓటీటీలో కానీ లేకపోతే స్టోరీ కింద కానీ ఒక మూవీ కానీ చూద్దామా అని కూడా అడిగారు. సో అది కూడా మేము ఆలోచిస్తున్నాము. బట్ ప్రస్తుతం బుక్ అందరూ కొని చదవాల్సిందిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాను. 299 is the paperback, 399 is the hardcover, and it's also available in Kindle edition. US లో $13 and $24 ఉన్నట్టుంది ప్రైస్. దీని కంటిన్యూషన్ ఉంది. మీరు అందరూ చదివి ఇది బాగుందని చెప్తే తప్పకుండా దాన్ని విల్ రైట్ సీక్వెల్ ఆల్సో టు దాట్ అండి. విజేంద్ర వర్మ గారు ఈ బుక్ చదివినప్పుడు నిన్నే వెళ్ళాను కూర్చున్నాం. ఆయన చెప్పింది ఒకటే ఏంటంటే, చాలా కమర్షియల్గా రాసేవయ్యా, చాలా బాగా అనిపించింది. నాకెప్పుడు నేను ఏదుంటే అది చెప్పేస్తాను, నాకు లాస్ట్ పేజ్ చదివితే చాలా ఎక్సైట్మెంట్ వచ్చింది. నువ్వు ఎప్పుడు రెండో బుక్ రాసినావు చెప్పు, నువ్వు రెండో బుక్ తప్పకుండా రాయాలి అని చెప్పారు. ఆయనకి రావడానికి ఇబ్బంది అయ్యి రాలేకపోయారు, బట్ ఆయన బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ అవి ఇచ్చారు. సో మీకు తెలిసిందని తెలీదు. సో థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్.